Welcome to this exciting moment. For this section, we'll be seeing how to clean data. That is data cleaning in Power BI using Power Query Editor. Okay, so just like the other software, other platform where you clean your data, like the Excel and SQL, where you do your queries, for Power BI we also have an editor that allows you to clean your data. Like I said earlier, you need to clean your data before you start visualizing to avoid mistakes and discrepancies. Okay, so it's always necessary that you start cleaning your data. So for this section, we are just going to go straight to the things we'll be doing, the cleaning methods. There are lots of things to do with cleaning. When it comes to cleaning of data, there are a lot of things to do. So I'm just going to show you some of them that you should know in order to clean your data. So let's go straight to our system. So some of the data cleaning techniques in Power BI include: you rename your columns, remove unnecessary columns and rows, remove other columns. You will learn all of this. Then you split your columns, you merge your columns, you trim your columns, each cell, then remove duplicates, replace null values with any other value you have. You can also change data types. You can sort the columns and filter columns. You can, if you're using if you're good with Excel, you know what they call left, right, and mid. Okay, I'm going to explain all of this. Okay, so we have uppercase, lowercase, and proper case. Then we also learn how to add suffix and prefixes. Okay, then we also see how to extract text with delimiter. Delimiter simply means comma, a separator. That's what it means. Delimiter is a separator, like comma, a space, or all of that, slash. That's what we call a delimiter. We're going to learn that. Then we're also going to see getting year, quarter, month, day from a date. You'll see difference between dates. We'll get age. We'll see how to get name of a day and name of a month. And all of this, we're going to see all of this for this section. So I was supposed to cut them one after the other, but then I want to combine everything together so we can have it as a video. Okay, so you can learn all from this video. The beautiful thing about this part is that you are not going to program, you're not going to use any code. It's just clicking your buttons. All right, so it's very easy. By the time, if we go to the advanced section, that's when we see DAS. DAS is data analysis expression. Okay, that involves you typing an expression, typing some code to get some of these results. All right, before this section, we're just going to see how to get these answers, this result, by clicking on some buttons. All that is clear. So having learned and said this, now let's move on to part 1, which is renaming columns. So I have opened my Power BI. Very obviously, you have to import your data, right? You can import your data from here, or you can import from here, you can import from here, you can import from here. There are different places to import your data. Let's import from this guy here. Click on it. I already have a data set that I downloaded from Cargo. All right, a very dirty data. All right, it's unclean. So we are going to clean it here. Okay, so let me change this to all files. So this is it. So I'll click on it and import our data. So I'm supposed to, because I want to clean, I should just press transform data. It will take me there direct. All right, if the data was clean, I would have just loaded and start visualizing, but because I want to clean the data, I'll click on transform data. And we are here. So this is your Power Query Editor. This is where you do all of your cleaning. Okay, you clean your data on this section. Okay, so this is the menu bars. This is transform. Transform is where you do everything, where you get all your results. Add column is when you do a thing and it gives you another column. And then this section here is where every step you take is going to show you. All right, so whatever you do, it's to show you. Power BI query does not have undo. All right, you just need to come here to delete a step that you've taken, and once you delete, you can go back. All right, so you have to be careful with this part. Okay, that is it. So these are Power BI query. These are Power Query Editor. All right, so we are just going to see the data. So this data set I have. Let me look at the data set. I'm going to study. Now look carefully. See, this data is really dirty. I have, instead of avatar, I'm seeing question mark and Y for each of them. This is dirty. It's not clean. It's not clean data. So Then we have this other ID. We have, so there are some nulls here and some empty rows. So look at, for this number, we have quotations. Meanwhile, they are not consistent. You can see we have 10, 563, 20. Then we have column, a string. We have a string here. So see, they're not consistent, and we have some missing values. Let's move forward again. Okay, so we see some nulls here. All right. So look at this now. So this is what we'll be cleaning. We'll be looking at them and also cleaning. All right. Let's go to the first one. So renaming your column. All right. Let's say I want to rename my column. I want to rename this guy to something else. Just right click on this top here, or the top here. Just right click, and you will see rename down here. All right. Then click on the rename and click on it. Then do your renaming. Or you can just double click it. Double click there to open. Then type whatever you want to type. Let me just say ID. All right. So this is simple. This is how to rename your column. You can rename any column at all. All right. Double click and type what you want to type. When you're done, you press your enter. So that's how to rename any column. Removing unnecessary rows and columns. So when you're cleaning your data, sometimes there's some information that you don't need, that you just don't need them, all right? They're just occupying space. So I'm going to look through this and see some of these columns that I don't need. All right, let's start by removing some rows. If you look here, below this thing there, there are some rows here that are empty, which I don't think we need them. You see, they're all empty. I don't need this column. So what do I do for this case? Go to your home button and see remove rows, all right? So click on the arrow. If you want to remove this row, you just click on remove top rows. That's the ones on top. If you want to remove and the ones from down, you remove. But right now I want to remove the empty rows. So I will say remove blank rows. All right, remove blank rows. So I click on this. See, all my blank rows are out. So you can see they're all out, right? My blank rows are all out. You see, so I am good now, right? So that's how to remove unnecessary rows. So let's remove some unnecessary columns. I'll look through my data. There's some columns I don't need. For instance, I don't think I need duration. So you click on it, click here. Once you click here, you press come here and see remove column. All right, remove column. The ones I have selected. So remove column. All right. So what if I have? So what if I have 200 columns and I want to keep just 4? Then remove the other 196. Will I start clicking the 196? No, that will take my time. So what do? I will click the ones I want to keep and then delete the others. So for instance, in my case here, I want to keep this column here. This one, click on the column, then press your control, go to click this one. So I want to keep this. Then let's say I want to keep this too. All right, now I have selected 3. So that means I want to take off the remaining ones. Just come here. You can click this part and say remove other columns. Or you can just right click at the top here. You click here. I use the shift. So I want to remove these others, right? I want to remove this one. So I'll just press on this thing and say remove other columns. See, they are all out. What I have is just the 3 I selected. So this is it, okay? So the next one I want to see now is split columns. Now, for instance, now I have this cell. So let me keep this one so I can explain better. Let me remove the others, okay? I'll just click on this, then remove others. All right. So I have this cell. Now you see this is the name of a person, name of producers, Brendan, Swede, Karen, Daniels. So I want to split this column. I want the first column to have the first name, but the second one has the second name. All right. So in this case, make sure you always click on it. All right. Click on it. On transform, now you can split the column here. So split column. Now you click on by delimiter. All right. So what does this mean? Now it's trying to ask you, where should I split? What should I look at before splitting? So in our case here, there's a space here. So our delimiter is a space. So I will tell the machine split by delimiter. So it's going to ask us, what do I want to move? So I can decide on colon, comma, whatever I want. In our case, it's just a space. So I'll click on space and then press enter. Okay, leave it on each occurrence of the delimiter because I have just two. Assuming I had three names, Brendan, Sweet, James, you would have done 3 columns, all right? Okay. So it has splitted my name, Brenda and Sweet, yeah. So the next one now is merging columns, okay? So now we already have the cells that we already split from our previous lesson. So now we have the 2 columns. Now I want to merge these 2 columns together to become one column. So what do? You click on it in order. Click on the first one, press your control button, and also click on the next one. You highlight both of them. Then go back to your transform. On your transform, you see your merge column here. Okay, merge column. Click on the merge column. So once you click on the merge column, it's going to ask you, what do you want? All right, I want the joining, there should be a space in between them, all right? So put a space. If you want a comma, you put a comma. If you want equals, but in our case here, because it's someone's name, I want to use a space. So click on the space, then press OK. Now you see we have our names joined. It has merged the 2 names. So we have Brenda space Swede. So that's how to merge columns. So welcome now. So for this case, now I want to see how to trim. Let me assume you have a set of you have this row where there are some spaces, okay? Maybe by the end of it or at the beginning. We don't have that case here, but I'm just going to explain it. So to trim that out, now you go to your format, and format, you see trim, right? Then click on the trim. It will trim every space you have, all right? So that's the job of trimming. It trims space, so you don't have unnecessary space, okay? It is always important to remove duplicate, because if you have repetition, it can alter your results. So it's always important to remove duplicate. Now to remove your duplicate, just come to the table itself here. Come here, click on it, then you see remove duplicate. So I'm going to click on this here. See, all our duplicates are out, okay? Our data is very clean, okay? You can see. So that's how to remove duplicates. It run through your system and remove every repetition. All right. So that is how to use your duplicates. So let's say in cases where you have null values, for instance, when you start doing your data, when you move on to data science, it's also important to remove nulls. All right. So click on the column that you want to remove. Then go to your replace. All right. Replace values. I'm going to click on this replace values. So what do I want to replace? In my case here is null, right? Type your null, N-U-L-L. Replace it with whatever you want. So let me replace it with 0. Okay, so I'll click on OK. See, all the nulls here have changed to 0. I can do the same with these guys too. I can do the same with all of them. So that's how to replace. You can make your choice. Let's say, let me do this now. Replace this now. Instead of null now, I'm going to replace it with let's say 120. Then OK. So you see the zeros have been replaced with 120. That's how to replace. Now look at this case here. This is not a null. This is empty spaces. So how do I replace this one now? I'll come here and click on replace those values. So there's nothing there actually, that's empty. So come here and say, let's say 120 and OK. So you see we've replaced this empty space here with 120. I'm just using this example. You can use this one here so it makes sense. All right. So that's how to replace your nulls. All right. Okay, so in some cases now you want to change some data type. Now how do you know the data type? For this first column here, data type here is letters. That's why you have ABC. To check the data type, click on it. You see decimals, so you can change it to whatever you want here. All right. I already explained what data type is from the beginning of our class. All right. The different data types. So we have decimals, which are the float. We have fixed decimal. We also have whole numbers. We have percentage, date time, and also duration, text. We have all of this. In our case here, what we have is ABC, which means this is a text, like you can see, right? They're all text, right? Letters. Same here. For here is text too. It is seeing this as a text. I can change it here to whatever I want, to numbers or to this, all right? So this is a text. Let me show you something. So if I scroll down to to my date. Okay, now it's showing me, it's showing here, this is a date, right? So it's showing the calendar, meaning it's a date. If I click on it, it's a date. I can change it to whatever I want to. If I change it to date and time, okay, but so it's a date, I'll leave it like that. So you can change your data type to whatever you want. Sort columns. So I want to sort my column. I want to sort this number in either ascending or descending order. You click on this arrow here. So you have sort in ascending. So when I click on this now, it has sorted, all right, starting with the null. Okay, so let me take off this null first, so it will be easy for me. Let me take off the null. Come to your transform, your home, your rows, remove blanks. Okay, so now let me sort this now in descending order. So it's starting from the biggest, it's 813, 723, and all of that. Also sort in ascending order too. So 302, 313. So it's, and when it changes, it also changes with all the rows. All right, it changes with all the rows. Okay, so that's how to sort in ascending or descending order. So now I want to see how to filter my column. Let me assume I don't want to see everything. Look at this here. We have CA. Let me say California. This is USA, and this is, so I want to see only USA. All right, so I'll just come here, click on the same arrow here. You will see text to filter. You see all of this now. So click on what you don't want. You can deselect all of them. All right, and I want to see just USA. So click on the USA. All right. Now it's showing me only the USA. I just sorted the column. All right. Let me also assume I want to see all of them. Click on this now, all of them. So that is it. Left, right, and mid. So I have this. I am going to use this now to explain. I'm going to use this column. So let me click on this column and remove the others. So I'll remove the other columns. Now I have this now. I want to let me assume I just want to keep my CA alone, and I don't want the others. What do I do now? You click on this row, come to your transform. Okay, let's use add column, because if I use transform, it will only remain there. The column will give me a new column. All right, so let's use add column. Come to extract. All right, now I'll type on first. All right, so what am I taking? I want to take the first two. So you type 2. It's telling you what number do I want, just 2. So it's going to give me just the first 2. Okay, so now I have just C that's extracted, my CAC, US, C. That's giving me that. So let me also assume I want to get the last numbers. All right, I also click on it, go down to your extract, last characters. So how many do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So type 6 to give me the 6 of them. So now let's say I want the mid, just the middle numbers. So what do I do now? You click on it now, come to your extract, and then press your range. Okay, so the first one means, where do I want to start from? I want to start from the third index. So 1, 2, 3, which is 2. So the third index, right? So 3. And how many characters from the third index do I want? I want just 4 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to say 4. Right, so it's going to give me the 2016, 2014, all of that. Click on it. So now you see it has extracted the middle number. So that's how to get your first, and also your last, and also your mid. When we go further, you will also see another way of getting this result. Upper, lower, and proper case. So I'm going to use something here to explain that now. So let me use this later, the one that has. So assuming I want to change this, let me remove the other columns. I don't need them. Right click and remove other columns. So now I want to make all of these small letters. That's what we call lowercase, right? So you select it. If I stay on transform and do this now, uppercase, it will work right there to change it. All right, which is not what I want. I want to keep my original column while I do the amendment on the next column. So I'll go to add column instead. Add column, then come to your format. All right, so I want to change them to lowercase. See now, this is proper case, but then we have all lowercase. Now let's also change. I can change this. Let me change this. All of them to proper case. Come to the format. So click on the format and uppercase. See, they're now uppercase. And let me assume I want to change them now to proper case. Proper case is making the first one a capital letter, while the others are smaller letters. Let's go. So you press on your capitalize each word. That's the proper case. And you see that now, right? So that's how to get your upper, your lower, and your proper case. So we can also add suffix and prefix to every word, every column that we want. So assuming I want to use this same one here, let me use this. Let me use let's take this now and take off the others. So I want to add let's add a prefix, a number before that. So to add a prefix to this now, and you're staying on your add column, all right? Leave the transform column, add column, go to format, you see add prefix. So what do I want to add before this 47? Let me say I want to add 0.01. So 0. So now we have now 0.4712. Do you understand? So 0.52204. Do you understand? So let's click on it and see it now. So you can see now, right? I just added the prefix, okay, 0. And now let's also add a suffix. That means the end of it. So I'll go to my format, click on it, go to your format, add a suffix. So at the end of it, I want to add 25. So let's say 25. So it's going to add 25 to all of the cells. So you see, we have 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. I can also use this now for, let's say I want to add Mr. Okay, Mr. Let me use a different column this time. Let me use this column. Let me assume I want to work on this column. I'll click on this column and remove the others. So I want to add Mr. or let's say engineer. Let's assume they're all engineers. Okay, so I'm going to add this now. Click on it now and go to format, add prefix. So write engineer, or should we use analyst, because we are data analysts? So let's say DA, that's data analyst. Then put a space. All right, if you don't put a space, it will join the words together. So let's leave a space, put a space, and then okay. So now we have DA Karen Daniel, DA Ken Brenner, DA Stewart. You know, that's how to add your prefix and your suffix. So now I want to see how to extract text with delimiter. Okay, like I said earlier, delimiter simply means a separator. All right, for instance, if I have my name Daniel Henshaw, the space there is what we call a delimiter. All right, delimiter can be a comma, can be a forward slash, it can be a space or whatever separates two words is what we call a delimiter. So in this case here, look at this here, this is really rough and dirty. So I want to clean this part now. Let me remove the others. So I like staying on just one page so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So remove the others and keep this. I can remove because I can always come back here and go back to normalcy. So I want to look at this name, Pirates of the Caribbean, at what end? Each of the cell here has question mark and Y at the end. So I'm going to remove this now. So what do? You come to extract. On your transform, you come to your extract. Or you can also go on add column. All right, so you can give you a new column. So you go to your extract. See now, text after delimiter. You can do text before delimiter. So if you say text before delimiter, it's going to take all of these ones and remove the delimiter, which is this now. If I say text after delimiter, it's going to take just the Y. All right, let's just do it. Let's do it so you can understand what I'm saying. To text before delimiter, what's our delimiter here? Our delimiter is a question mark, so put a question mark. So you see, it gave me everything and took out the Y and the column. So let me assume I want just text after delimiter. My answer will be just Y. So my delimiter is question mark, so it will be just Y. See that, right? Because these are the letters after the delimiter, which is question mark. All right. So that's how to simply get your extract your number, extract your text. All right. So now I want to see how to get year, month, and quarter from a date. All right. So we have this date here. I'm going to keep this while I remove the others. All right. for explanation's sake. So I want to get my year. So you click on this now. All right, go to the add column section and you see date. Click on the date. So I want my year. So let's go to, we click on year. So the year is, see, that's extracted just the year for me. Okay, just the year. And I want to get, let me confirm again. And I want to get the quarter. So click on it. Click on this now. So you see quarter. What do I want to get? Quarter of the year or start of quarter? Let's just get quarter of the year. So 5th is May. So you see, May is second quarter. 12th, which is the month, is December. December is the fourth quarter. You get 9 is the third quarter. 5th, which is still May, is the second quarter. So that's how to get that. Let me assume I want to get the month from this now. You click on it now. Go to your date here. Click on month. So the months to give me the month. This is the 5th month. This is the 12th month. This is the 9th month. Okay. And let me assume I also want to get the day. So click on this now. Then go to your this guy and then press your day. So now I have my day. The day is 5th, 1st, 17th, 2nd, and 23. Then that's how it continues. So that's how to extract your day, your year, your quarter from a date. So let's say I want to get difference between two dates. For instance, I have the order date and the sales date. I want to see the day when I ordered and when the goods got to me. I want to see how long it took for them to deliver the goods to me. So that's finding the difference, right? So let's come here. I have these two dates here. So I have this date here, which is the premier date. Click on it, press your control, and click on the next one, which is release date. So I want to keep just these two and remove the other columns. So right click, move other columns. So I have these two dates. Now I want to see the difference. All right. This is 30th, 4th, 2015, and this is 5th, this 2015 too. So I want to see difference. You click on this now, and also click on this. Select two of them, then go to your dates, and you see subtract days. All right. Click on subtract days. That will give us. Okay. So you see the order was wrong. I clicked on the smallest before I clicked the biggest. So that's why it's giving me minus. All right. So that means I should have clicked on this first before I click on this. Then go to your dates now, subtract. See, now I'm having positive numbers, right? Okay, so you have to click on, biggest minus smallest. Okay, so that's it. So that's how to subtract date. So let's say I want to find out the age. For instance, this data set is for a movie release date. So let's say I want to know how long the age of this movie. All right, assuming this first movie was released on this day. So from this day to today, what is the age? All right, how old is this movie? Or let's just say this is my age, this is your age, this is the next person's age. So we want to see how old we are as at today. So you click on the release date, then go to your date, and you see age. Click on your age. So it's going to give us this age. See what we have there. It's giving us in days. That's not what we want. We want to see it. Everybody wants to see age in years, right? So you come down to duration, click on it, and leave it in total years. All right. So now I have this now, but then it's showing me as decimal, right? But then I want it to be a whole number, which I will show you later. All right. So just still click on it. Click on this. Remember, I showed you how to change data type, right? You click on this data type here, and let's say whole number. So I have this now. So that is how to get age. Assuming this is my age, this is my birthday. I want to know how old I am today. You just click on it, go to your duration and age. So to give me this in days, you change it to days to years by coming to duration and click on total days. If you want to see it in hours, minutes, seconds, that's your choice. But for age, usually age should come as years. So click on total years and you have this. It's giving me decimal numbers, so change it to whole numbers by clicking on this data type and change it to whole number. That's how to get your age. So now I want to get the name of day and name of month. So the other time when I did it, it gave me, it came out as number. Now I want to see the exact name. So I want to use this as an example. Let's move the other columns. Okay, so what day was this actually? So you click on this, go to your date, and go to your month. Instead of clicking on months, that would have given you just fourth. See this now, it's giving me this now. This is not what I want. I want to see the exact name. So click on it, go to your date, click on your month, then go to name of month. So see now, April, November, December, September, April, all of that. Okay, so that's how to get that. And let's say I want to see the name of day. So click on it now, go to your date. So name of day, this is day, right? So name of day, that's Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday, Sunday, and all of that. So that's how to get your name of day and name of month. So I want to see day of week and month and also year. Day of week. So you click on it, go to your calendar, date, day of week. So go to the day, see day of week. You can also see day of year, day of year and day of week. All right, so click on day of week. So what day of week was this? This was the 4th day of the week. All right, this was the 3rd day of the week. So there are some cases where a data set will come as where a column has the date and the time together. So I can extract the time alone and also extract the date alone. All right, in this data we don't have that, but I'm going to form it. Okay, so let me join this column together. Remember I showed you this, right? So let me keep these two columns and remove the others. And then so I want to join them together so I can explain what I'm talking about. So I'm going to join, click on this and also click on this, then merge columns. All right, I want to merge them with a space. With a space. Okay, I can remove these two because I don't want them now. Remove columns. So this is what I'm talking about. So you can see this column now. This column has the date and the day and the time together. The date and the time together, date and the time. So now I want to extract just the date. You click on it and go to your time. Now in this case, now I'm saying they're all grayed out. Do you know why it's grayed out? It's grayed out because the data type here is showing me that they're all letters. But no, that's not what we want. This is a time and date time. So you have to click here and change the data time to date and time. See now it makes sense now, right? So now from there you can see the grayed out colors are out. All right, see they're all out. You see, you can see that, right? So now I want to extract just the time. So click here, time alone. So I'm having just the time alone. You can see that, right? I'm having just the time alone. Let me assume I want to get the date alone. So date alone. You click on this date and date alone. But I have just the date alone and I have just the time alone. So that's how to get your time from your date and time. I hope that's clear. So just like the normal maths, the normal way you can also do your multiplication, your addition, your subtraction, and your division using Power Query Editor. All right. So I'm going to use two columns here. Let's say I want to let me use two columns. Let me use this column and this column to do my maths, this and this. All right. So let me remove the others so I can explain better. All right. I wouldn't naturally remove my columns. I'm just using for explanation's sake. So let's assume I want to add these two columns, all right, and get my results here. So you go to add column, you click on the first one and click on this. So to add, you go to this standard, all right, add. That's giving me the addition. So this plus this will give me this, this plus will give me this, this plus this will give me this. Let me assume now I want to subtract. Of course, subtraction. Pick the highest number first, minus the smallest number. So go to this same thing too and click on subtract. To give me the subtracted values. Let me also assume I want to multiply. You click on this and this. I'm selecting them by using my control button. Then multiply, give me the answer. I also want to divide. So click on this, you divide. So that is how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply on Power Query Editor. So right now I want to see how to find percentage and percentage of and also module. I'll explain what module is. All right, so let me use just one of this now. Let me use just one cell to explain this. I'm going to use this now. Let me remove the others. So let me find the percentage of this. All right, what percentage of this? So I'll click on it. You go to standard, go to percentage. So what percentage do I want to see? I want to see 20%. 20%. What is 20% of these numbers? I'll click OK. So 20% of 40,000 is 8,000. 20% of 799 is 159.8. All right, so that's how to find percentage. All right, now let's see how to find percent of. All right, so what percentage of this number is this? All right, so let me explain better. So I'll click on this number now and go to this percentage of. So I want to see 20. Let me use 10 so it will be easy to explain. 10. So that means 40,000 is 10% of 400,000. 799 is 10% of 7,990. 451 is, that's how to find percentage of. And finally, let's say the next one, which is modulo. You click on it, go to your standard, and then press modulo. What's modulo? Modulo is simply, if I divide the number, let's say I'm dividing 25 by 2. My answer is supposed to be 12.5, right? That's my, the remainder. That remainder is what we call modulo. All right. So let's take, for instance, now this guy now. So click on this now, standard modulo. So what do I want to divide by? I want to divide, let's use 5. So I can explain easily. So 4,000 divided by 5, of course, a number that ends with 0 can be divided by 5. So if I divide this number by 5, there will be nothing left. Nothing left. But if I divide this one by 5, I will have 4 left. If I divide this one by 5, I will have 1 left. That's simply what modulo is. It will give you the remainder. All right. So that's how to find your modulo, your percentage, and percentage of. So we can also find the squares, the cubes, the square roots, and any other power. All right. So let's click on this. Let me remove these columns. I don't want them. Remove columns. Okay. You click on this column, then go to your scientific. All right. So power. I want to find the square. That's the square. Let me get the cube. Power cube. All right, so that's the cube. Now let me get any other power I want. Go to your scientific. On the power, choose the power. What power do I want? I want raised to power 5. And okay. Then we have this number. So that's how to find your square, your cube, and all of that. So let's see the cube root. All right, click on it. Go to your scientific. Then you see square roots. All right, click on the square root, and that's my square root for the numbers. Okay, so that's how to get the square, this cube, and all of that. So now let's say we want to round up numbers, round down, and also round any number. Let's do this now. I'm going to pick this column to explain this now. We had a decimal column here, right? Okay, this is a decimal number. So right, so I'm going to keep this and then remove the others. Now I want to round up these ones now. So you click on this, go to your rounding. So round up. If I round up now, I'm going to get 8. 7 becomes 8. 7 becomes 8. Every 7 becomes 8. 6 becomes 7. In all of that. All right, I'm rounding up. Let me, as I want to round down, and you have this now. So let's say I want to round down. I want to put a particular round to a particular. Okay, this number is too small to do that. Okay, let me create another column that will give me something I want. So click this, divided by scientific divide. Good, that's what I want. So now I want to round up this number to a particular decimal place. So you click on this now, go to scientific, go to your rounding, round. So what do I want to round? So how many decimal places do I want? I want 3 decimal places. So click on 3, and we have this. See, just 3 decimal places. So that's how to round up, round down, and also round to any value you want, any decimal place you want. So we want to see it's even and it's odd. So this is just like true or false, a Boolean data type case I told you about. So I'm going to use this to explain that now. Let's keep this and remove the others. All right, so I have this now. So I want to see true and false. So you click on this, come to information, is even. So let's see. Is 302 even? True. Is 313 even? False. Is 324 even? True. Is 375 even? False. Is 392 even? True. Okay, so that's how to check. Now let's see also if they are false, if they are odd. So you click on it now and come to information, and it's odd. So obviously to give us the opposite, right? To give us the opposite of this ones now. So if it was true, it becomes false. It was false, it becomes true. True, false. Okay. All right. So that's how to use your is even and is odd. So this part here, now you want to see how to use conditional statement to get a result. Okay. So in case, let's say for instance, you're creating a result sheet and you want to put your grades A, B, C, and D. So instead of wasting your time, you can do that here by using this now, by using conditional statement. So I want to use this column to explain that. Now keep this column and remove the other columns. Okay, so now go to your conditional column. So you click if this column is equal to, let me see the range I have here. If it's equal to 200, let's use 200. Then just tell us that it is poor. You add clause. If this column is equal to, you can change it to whatever you want, all right? Let's use something that's not equal to. If it's equal to or less than, if it's less than or equal to, it's less than or equal to, let's say 300. Say fair. Let's add one more. If this column is less than or equal to, let's use 400, we say pass. Let's add another one. If this column is less than or equal to 500, the highest number here is 18, so I'm going to use 900. I'll stop at 900. Say you can do better. You can do better. Add this now. If this column is, is equal to or less than, let's make 700 for time's sake. Have you done good? Good. If this column is less than or equal to 800, let's say excellent. And finally, which is the last one, so I'll just come and say S, say bravo. So you leave this one for the last part, and when you're done with this now, you say okay. So that it has graded them for us. Okay, so it has given us our grades. So I will just simply use this to compute my results. All right, so pass, 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 pass. You can do better, you can do better. It's followed your conditional statement. So that's how to use your conditional statement. Let me do something else to explain something else from you. Look at this now. Let me keep this and remove the others. Remove other columns. So let me get name of, because of what I want to explain. So let me get the name of day. Name of day. All right, so I want this now. So let me assume I want to plot my graph. These names are too long, so I wouldn't want to use long names. In that case, I can use conditional statement to shorten this down. Just click your conditional statement. Come here, name, day name. If day name is equal to Monday, just say mon. If it's equals to, if this is day of name is equals to Tuesday, say Tues. If the day is equal to Wednesday, say when. All right, so I'm going to burn my time, so I'll do that till I get to Sunday. All right, so when I'm done, I'll click on OK and see. Okay, see, it's giving me no here because I didn't finish up. All right, to have done it for me. While I'm showing this now, because I want to show you a better method in the next part. So instead of using that long method to achieve this result, I can actually use something simpler by using this column from examples. Okay, So you click on the cell you want and click colors from example, selection. So now you have this now. So I just want the first 3 letters from each of them. So you type T, according to what you have here, THU. You press your enter. So you're still training this machine. So it's not sure yet. So go to the next one and type WED. So now you see there's a pattern. It has understood your pattern. No, it has created in many ones for you. Then press OK. So it creates that for you without wasting time. See? Now I have this now. Instead of wasting your time to do all of the other parts now. You can also use the other method I showed you, which is click on this now. Go to your extract first character. So I want the first 3. Click on it. 3. So tell me, which one do you prefer? So you see, you can achieve everything you want to achieve from this now. Let me still show you how to use column from examples. I'll close this now. Let me show you how to use column from example. Let me use this cell now to explain what I want to explain. Click this and remove others. So now let's say I want to pick just CA and remove these others. Let me show you. Come to column from example, selection. So now I want CA space 2016. That's what I want. All right, so it's going to flow my example to create the others. If I press my OK, it's still not sure. So it's asking for another information to be sure what you're asking for. So CA, give a space to 2016. If you click on it, by now it is sure now, so it has given you the remaining part. And you click on your OK, so you have your result. All right, so that's how to you can use this now to split. You can use it to merge. You can use it to do a lot of things with this now. So let me also assume now I want to get CA and the last 2 numbers here. So I'll click on this now, go to column from example and press on selection. So I want CA and CA 156. So I picked the first 2 letters and the last 3 numbers. So CA 1, 5 and 6. The system is not sure yet of what you want, so it's asking for the next one, which I'll do CA 389. 389. Click on it. By this time it's really sure, so it has given you the remaining part. Okay, and then you press on your OK. So you have that now. So now that is how to, these are the basic things you need to know to clean your data. All right, now I haven't done all of this. Now let's see how to clean the entire data so that you can use it for our visualization.